As above, so below. You've heard, maybe on a TikTok video, on Instagram Reel, or maybe you've come across it in a random book. But what does it actually mean? And what if it's not mystical at all? What if it's literal? What if it truly defines your reality? Think about an open world video game. Say a game like Grand Theft Auto. You can drive anywhere, you can do side missions, fight people, run from police, or you can just stand there and watch the weather change. From the moment you turn on the game, it feels like you have ultimate freedom to do anything you want. But here's the thing, underneath all that is a code. All open world games run on code, so the game world isn't random. Even though it may seem like it is, there are rules, physics, boundaries, logic baked into the system. Sure, you can drive off a ramp and land on a rooftop, but you're not flying to Mars. You're still operating inside Rockstar's design. Your freedom isn't absolute, it's infinite, but within limits. Now zoom out. What if reality is the same? What if this world isn't whatever you want it to be, but an open world sandbox running on its own deep mathematical code? The mountains, rivers, people, all of it just frequencies, waves, and numbers rendered into a simulation we call life. Leibniz called it compossibility, infinite possibilities, but only those that fit together logically within the system. You could become a billionaire, a monk, or a world-class artist, but not all at once. Not everything is compatible. Reality has its constraints. Again, let's tie it back to Grand Theft Auto so this makes sense. In the game, you're free to do any mission in any order, but you can't play as Pac-Man. You can't rewrite the game's physics engine mid-session. Those options don't exist in the code. Same with your life. Your soul, the real you, navigates infinite possibilities, but it still plays by the rational laws of existence. This is why as above, so below isn't just poetic. It's the blueprint. Above, you, the monad, hold the controller. Below, your character, the body, acts it out inside the simulation. Most people, they think they're only the character. They never realize they're the player too. Now think about this. The Grand Theft Auto character can't perceive you, the one holding the controller. From their point of view, they're in control, but they're not. You are. Now ask yourself, is that how you've been living? You're not here to just wander the map. You're here to play, to choose, to evolve. Because once you realize you're holding the controller, the game changes, and so do you. The second you wake up to this truth, the whole game changes. You stop wandering aimlessly. You stop playing like an NPC, and you start playing like the one in charge, the player. By now, you might be wondering, all right, I get the whole player and character thing, but how do I know it's me holding the controller? What if someone or something else is playing me? A god? Aliens? Some higher dimensional being pulling the strings? That's where most people's minds go. They can't fathom they're the ones in control, so they assume there must be a bigger, more powerful player running the show. But let's break that down. Really break it down. If someone else is holding your controller, who's holding theirs? And who's controlling that player? And the one above them, see how fast it spirals? That's called infinite regress. An endless chain with no end and no real explanation. It's like saying there's always a bigger fish, but never asking where the chain stops. It doesn't. And if it doesn't stop, it means the whole idea is irrational. The only place the chain can end is with you. You are the player, not a god, not aliens, not some cosmic puppet master. You. But let's back up and look at the foundations for a second. There are only two possibilities for what's fundamental to reality. Either mind comes from matter, or matter comes from mind. If you believe mind comes from matter, you've got a problem. How does a lifeless, unconscious collection of atoms suddenly give rise to thoughts, feelings, and free will? How does dead stuff create awareness? No one's ever answered that. Not religion, not science. That's why it's still called the hard problem of consciousness. But flip it. If mind comes first, everything snaps into place. The universe isn't made of dead matter. It's made of living, thinking monads, each projecting their mental code into the shared sandbox we call reality. Your body, just your avatar, your thoughts, signals from you, the player, filtering down into the game. And your dreams, they're proof of this. Think about it. When you dream, you create entire worlds, landscapes, people, situations out of thin air. You see, hear, feel, and even taste things that don't exist in the physical world. Yet to your dreaming mind, they're as real as waking life. You're literally generating a self-contained reality with its own space and time. Now skeptics will say, that's just brain activity firing while you sleep. But let's slow down. What is the brain? It's matter, right? And what did we just say about matter? If matter comes from mind, then the brain itself is a product of mind. Claiming dreams are just brain activity is like saying a video game creates the console it's running on. It's backwards. Your dreaming mind doesn't depend on the physical brain. It's the other way around. The brain is part of the avatar, the character. The dream is part of the player's domain. So no, there's no higher being holding your controller. And honestly, that's a good thing, because if there was, you'd never have free will. Every step, every thought, every action would be someone else's. You'd just be an NPC in their game. But you're not. You're not being played. You're playing. And picking up the controller isn't automatic. You've had it in your hands this whole time, but you might have been button mashing your way through life without realizing it. The second you wake up to this, though, everything changes. You stop reacting. You start creating, because you're not here to just wander the map. You're here to play, to level up, to master the system. So let me ask you, are you still acting like the character, or are you ready to be the player? That brings us to the main point of the video. As above, so below. What does it actually mean? Most people think it's just some mystical saying, something about energies or vibrations or whatever's happening in the heavens is reflected on earth. But that's surface level. That's why people can't really use it. They can quote it, but they can't live it. So let's go deeper. Let's break it down like it's code. Start with the above. That's your monad, the real you, pure mind. No body, no brain, no sensory limitations. Just a self-contained singularity existing outside of space and time. That's where all your thoughts, ideas, and potential realities live. It's like your private dream. When you sleep, you already experience this. You create worlds, people, even entire storylines, and none of it requires the physical universe to exist. Now look at the below. That's the shared dream, the external world you experience through your body. It's what happens when infinite monads like you interact and project their mental code into a common space. It's multiplayer, a collective sandbox. See, as above, so below works on two levels. On the origin level, above is mind, the private dream, and below is the shared dream, the manifestation of all monads combined. On the structure level, above is the macrocosm, the world soul, all monads together, and below is the microcosm, your individual lens of experience. It's fractal. The same pattern repeats at different scales. This is why it feels so universal. In the God equation, Mike Hockney says it plainly. The universe is the world soul, the collection of all souls, and the individual soul is the microcosm of that glittering, living macrocosm. It's all frequencies, all waves, all mathematical code projected from the frequency domain into the space-time domain. Just like GTA renders a 3D world from ones and zeros, our universe renders physicality from pure math. Think about GTA again. To the character, their world feels solid. The streets, the buildings, the sky, it all feels real. But we know it's just code. From the player's perspective, it's nothing but numbers creating the illusion of a city. Now flip that to us. From inside the simulation, our universe feels solid. The earth, the stars, your own body. It all feels unshakably real. But pull back far enough, and all of it dissolves into quarks, frequencies, and equations. We're standing inside a sandbox that's running on an operating system we call ontological mathematics. In GTA, Rockstar coded the world once and it doesn't change, but in reality, the code isn't fixed. Every monad is a co-creator. Every thought, every action you take sends ripples into the shared dream. You're not just a player, you're also part of the dev team. That's the real meaning of as above, so below. Your internal world shapes the external one. Your private dream influences the shared dream, and collectively, all of us are evolving the entire system. This isn't some abstract idea. This is the mechanism of existence. But if you're unaware you're a co-creator, you're just a character reacting to the sandbox, NPC mode. But the second you realize you're holding the controller and you're contributing to the code, that's when you stop playing the game and start designing it. So ask yourself, what are you putting into the shared dream? Are you helping evolve the system? Or are you just another character running side quests with no direction? As above, so below isn't about alignment with the stars or balancing your chakras. It's about taking responsibility for what you project, knowing that every internal shift creates ripples outside. The universe is alive, and you're one of its minds. You're not here to follow the story mode, you're here to write new code. You've likely spent your whole life thinking you're the character, thinking some all-powerful God controls you. You wake up, you go to work, you scroll your phone, you react to whatever's in front of you like the world is just happening to you, but you're not the character. You never were. You're the player. Most people will never realize it. They'll stay stuck in NPC mode, going through the motions, playing out scripts they didn't write. You can see it everywhere. People parroting the same opinions, chasing the same status symbols, fighting over the same distractions. It's not even their fault. No one ever told them there's another way to play. They don't know they're holding the controller, but you do. Think about Grand Theft Auto one last time. You've got two kinds of people in that world. The NPCs, they wander the streets, programmed to repeat the same cycles forever. And the players, they're the ones driving the story, making choices, pushing the game to its limits. Now flip the camera back to you. Which one have you been? Because in this sandbox we call reality, you get to choose. You're not just a player running around on the map. You're a co-creator of the system itself. Every thought you have, every decision you make, sends ripples through the shared dream. It changes the map for everyone. But if you don't take control of your projection, the system runs you. You stay stuck in its default scripts written by religions, governments, corporations, and anyone else who figured out how the game works before you did. They can't take your free will, but they can bury it under layers of suggestion. Go to school, get the job, buy the house, stay in line. Don't question the code. So you don't. You never stop to ask, whose dream am I really living? Mine or someone else's? Here's what picking up the controller looks like. You stop reacting. You start creating. You realize you're not here to wander the map aimlessly. You're here to evolve, to level up your monad, to master the system so you can eventually rewrite it from the inside. That's what the real players are doing. People ask, what's the point of the game if it's all just math? But isn't that what a video game is? Code, math zeros, and one's rendering worlds, characters, quests. Does knowing its code make GTA less fun? Or does it give you a whole new respect for how limitless it actually is? Same with life. The point isn't to escape the system. The point is to master it. What have you been doing with your controller? Are you playing with intention? Or are you letting NPC scripts run your life? Are you creating or just consuming, evolving or repeating? Because if you don't take control, someone else will, and they already are. But you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to be the character. You can wake up. You can play, you can create. Imagine a world where every monad realizes they're a player, where every human became aware they're part of the dev team shaping the shared dream. No more waiting on external saviors. No more living someone else's script. Just billions of awakened minds evolving the system together. That's the real endgame. You're not here to follow story mode. You're here to write new code. You're not here to play small. You're here to master the system. And you're not here to be an NPC. You're here to pick up the controller. So the only question left is, are you ready to play?